Well, folks, figured I'd get back on here and just try to put something in perspective here. You know, when Adam was created and Eve was created, they lived in paradise. All right? They didn't have to worry about anything. They could eat from anything except one tree. They had water. They didn't really need shelter. Didn't need clothes. Everything was provided for them. The animals were all friendly. Didn't have to worry about anything eating you. They just coexisted with each other. Nature. Then they sinned. Because that liar, that old cheat, tricked them. The old trickster. And they got thrown out of the garden. Doors were closed up. Now they had to go work. Clear land. Plant things. So on and so forth. And that got passed down and passed down. And of course, Satan, he was still there. And it wasn't enough that someone had something. It wasn't enough that they had enough land, enough food, enough water to survive. It wasn't enough. He had to instill in certain people of his kind to be greedy and controlling and all the sins you can think of. So, all throughout history, his kind pushes and flourishes from the standpoint of look what we have today. Less than less than 1% hold like 90 or some or they hold like almost all the wealth. And if you figure there's 8 billion people on the planet roughly, and less than a percent or a percent hold that kind of wealth, does that tell you something? It tells you who runs the world, doesn't it? Satan. Satan runs the world. The old trickster, the liar. Buy this. Oh, you can afford it, man. Just go to the banker and he'll say you just sign this little piece of paper. And there you go. It's yours. Oh, you want that too? Oh, just go to the banker. Oh, you want that? Oh, just put that on that card. You see how he gets you? You want this little trinket? You want that trinket? Not a problem, man. Just swipe it, sign it. Doesn't matter. It's yours. You want to really get into trouble? Get a computer, get a phone. Now you can, man, you can do anything you want throughout the whole world. But really get yourself in a lot of trouble by sinning. So don't let the don't let the bullshit, the lies, don't let all the lies get you. Don't let the bullshit get you. The imaginary crap get you. See, that's what you're living in. A bullshit imaginary world. People go, well, how can that be? Well, it's real simple. There's things out there called negotiable instruments. Banks don't loan money because there is no money. They're bankrupt. You sign on the dotted line, you just created the funds. And now you created the funds. You just paid for whatever you were buying. But they don't tell you this stuff. They're going to add interest to that. Then they're going to put you on a payment plan. Then you're going to have to pay taxes if you buy property. Yeah. They're going to add all kinds of fees in on this and fees for that. Every time you turn around, you're getting hit with another fee. All because, well, the illusion that you're a free man and a free woman. When total opposite is true. You're a slave. You're a slave to the system. You'll always be a slave to the system. You're always going to answer to someone. And that someone that you should be answering to is God. You'll answer to him sooner or later. But you're going to be answering to Satan and his beast system until the day you die. It's going to come at you. And he'll send his enforcers after you. Because you won't comply. They'll give you some pain compliance to scare you, get you to comply. They'll put the fear in you. But what they don't understand is God's still here. He's still in charge. Always has been, always will be. There's a time coming when he removes his grace. He removes it from this planet, from us, and he lets all hell break loose. Yep. Then you'll find out what you're really made of, won't you? You're going to have little factions and gangs and marauders and all kinds of other things out there. They're going to come in and they're going to just try to slaughter you and take what they want. Because it'll be lawlessness. Hell on earth. And they're going to tell you there's some semblance of law. Well, their law is lawlessness. Always has been. And they don't follow the law. If they followed the law, they couldn't put handcuffs on you. until they went to a judge, got an order from a judge. But no, they don't follow the Constitution. They are lawless. The whole system is lawless. It's all bullshit. It's a lie. That's because Satan's beast world system that he's still working to perfect is still they're still working through it. They're going to bring in a system where it's all numbers, just digital bullshit, just like now. Except we have digital bullshit. Except the problem is you can also have the cash. They call it cash, or you can call it cash if you wanted to. It's not money. They got you believing it's money, but it's not money. It's a debt-based system. Ain't that something? It's debt-based. Fractional reserve. It's not even fractional reserve anymore. Because there is no reserve. You bring in $1 million, you spend $2 million. Bank brings in $10 billion, they spend $20 billion. There's no reserve. And Satan knows this. He set the system up so it'll fail. And when it fails, he'll give you a number. And everything will be a number. There'll be no barter. You got a phone, right? That phone will spy on you. That phone's a tattletale. It's your worst enemy. It's like having a little brother or sister when you was little, or the biggest tattletale there is. That's your phone. You won't get by with anything. You think you're gonna barter? You're not gonna barter. You got the fucking tattletale right here. It's gonna fucking tell on you everything you do. Your computer's gonna tell on you everything you do. Your TV's gonna have a camera in it and a microphone that's gonna tell on you everything you do. There's gonna be cameras and chips and all kinds of things everywhere in your home. They'll spy on you. They'll know exactly what you're doing. They'll be watching you. Total lockdown grid. And you got fools out there running around thinking they're going to come up with some system. That won't be allowed. They'll just kill you. But that's okay too. The short term, everybody's going to stand around going, oh, this is great. This is great. Gold's going up. Great. Silver's going great. All my precious metals are going up. Great. My market's going up. Wonderful. And it is. Don't tell me. I'm not saying it's bad. It's good that it is. It's just, when do you cash in? When do you cash in? Before they pull the rug out from underneath you and give you a UBI check, Universal Basic Income check. Tell you where you're going to live, how you're going to live, what you're going to do, how you're going to do it. Ownership of anything will be prohibited because they will own it all. You will not have a transportation except public transportation because public transportation is the only way it's going to be. Compact cities, They're going to move people around. They're going to say, you look like you're a grape picker. Go pick grapes. You look like you're a cashier. You're going to be a cashier. They don't care. They're going to assign you jobs. Total control. Social scoring, the whole 9 yards. Hell on earth. Man's nature is everything in a man, everything in a woman. When you get right down to the basic instincts, is to fight back and not allow it. Every basic instinct of yours is to survive at all costs. And it doesn't matter what you have to do to survive. That's where the rub comes in. How long do you sit back and allow the bullshit before the instinct kicks in? Say, animals are usually don't get vicious until you corner them, or they're protecting their young. And usually by then it's usually too late. The predator at that moment, which would be man more than likely, would destroy it. Cornered, he ends it. Mama comes charging, he ends it. Say, man's the same way. He just goes along and goes along and goes along until he's pushed into this corner. And then he wants to fight and they'll just destroy you. Because there's no, you're not going to win. It's set up that way. Wouldn't be surprised if there's magnetic locks on your door. At certain times that door locks. Boom. You're locked in until that door unlocks at a certain time. If you ain't in by then and you're stuck outside your door, you'll probably never go back in there again. Nobody will probably ever hear from you because you're a screw up. They'll get rid of the junkies and the drug addicts and all the queers and everything else right away. Boom. I mean, they'll just kill them people right away. People like me, they'll kill us right away because they don't want us around. Trouble, problems, that's what we are. Drunks, problems. Drug addicts, problems. Always, I mean, just lie to your face and steal you blind behind your back. Always lying, always conniving. So a lot of people like that will just die right away. They're not going to tolerate it. And the rest of you, you're going to just stand there and watch what's going on. When you had the opportunity at one time to fight and fight back with the possibility of winning, as it sits right now, you have a possibility of winning. I don't know, another year, another 2 years when they get their AI really going. Are you going to have a chance? What's it going to look like in 2 years? What's it going to look like in a year? What's it going to look like in 3 years? You got to keep your eyes peeled. You got to keep your nose to the grindstone and your ears to the fucking track. What I'm getting at is you got to keep yourself working to the point to where you can get yourself out of the system the best you can. They're still going to come for you. You don't have to do anything wrong. But you'll be out of the system the best you can. And God will protect you. Always. See, this is what I always get on here and tell you. Regardless of anything that goes on in this world, God is your salvation. God is your rock. Nothing can harm you. They can't kill you. If God said, you can't kill that guy. Satan says, oh wow, watch this. 1,000 bison come flying at you and trample you into the ground. And then when the dust settles, you're still standing there unharmed. Satan's like, right? So you know. See, you know I'm the creator. I can do anything I want. I can create anything I want. I can do anything I want. All you do, Satan, is create havoc, lies, and deceit, turmoil. That's all you create. You can't create anything physical. You can't create anything. You're a destroyer. If God doesn't want you dead, you won't die. God says it ain't your time. That's the power of God. That's why I keep saying, don't worship this bullshit. It's just tools. It's like if I need to read something, I'll put these on. I can see distance and everything fine. It's just when it comes to actually reading something, I have to put those on. I mean, if the letters are big enough, I can still see them, but see, this is what I'm talking about. And people, you got how many thousands of different pairs of this shit out there, and the price varies from. You tell me why you can go into a Walmart and buy a pair of these for, I don't know, under $10. But you go into a damn place to get a pair of glasses, and oh my God, the frames have now just went up to $300. The lenses are some astronomical amount of money. And do you want this? And do you want that? Do you want all this extra stuff for the lenses? Do you want? Why don't you just give me a damn pair of glasses and let me be on my way? See, Satan gives you lots and lots and lots of choices. At least you think they're good choices, and they're bad choices. Road to hell is paved with good intentions. See, God says there's this way, and that's the narrow path. It's a very narrow path you got to follow to get to me. Doesn't go, it doesn't swerve, it doesn't vary. It's a very narrow path. Satan, there's all kinds of ways to Satan, all kinds of paths to Satan. My God, it's wide open. The other big lie, they always went into God's money. I'm telling you, people, God's got no use for money. Why would you? I mean, He's the creator. What the hell? What did you give God? What did you give Him? But a bunch of headaches. And you're still here. What I'm getting at is, you were born. God allowed you to be born. God allowed you to walk this earth, breathe His air, feel His sunshine on your face, feel His wind, eat His food. God allowed all that. What did you give Him? Disobedience. Being rebellious. And He still gives you this. You didn't have to pay God to be born. He didn't say, give me I don't know, give me 10 pounds of gold. He didn't say that. You were born. Then you have an allegiance at a certain age when you become conscious. Follow God. Follow His rules, His commandments. You're going to screw up. That's why I sent my son. To pay for your sins. Now honor Him. Pray. Ask for forgiveness. You've already got it, but you have to ask. Now do my will. You say, today, let's go back to the very beginning. Less than 1% has over 90, like almost all the wealth in the world. And of 8 billion people, you could take all that added up, and it's still not enough wealth. You don't own your car because your car is titled by the state that you're in. You don't own your home because there's a title, there's a deed. And you're paying a tax on it. Things you think you own, you don't own. It's a delusion. It's a lie. And you go right along with it because you're living in that delusion. Is anybody going to stand up and stop it? There'll be people that try, but they'll be mowed down. Labeled as a kook, crazy, whatever. You see, this is why we're living through the times we're living. Because when Jesus comes back, there's no stopping Him. Satan's time is short, and he knows it. He's got to cause as much havoc and destruction and sin for people as he can do. He's got to take as many souls as he can take with him. Because he knows he can't stop God, the Creator. When Jesus comes back, there's no negotiation. Okay? There's no art of the deal. There's no deal. Say, That's all for man's propaganda, man's bullshit. God had it set up to where you'd have lived in paradise. You'd have lived in paradise. Wanting for nothing. Being the apple of God's eye. Ain't that something? Ain't that a saying? Apple of your eye. Well, the apple got you thrown out. You've heard me say it before. Instead of Adam being a man and saying to Eve, "What the hell did you do? You know you're not supposed to touch that. You're not supposed to eat from that." Instead of chastising her, telling her how wrong she was so seductive. And that's what women are, seductive. Women throughout history have been the downfall of man. And that's why men have to be men. I don't mean tyrants. I mean men. Moral, godly men with value. But no, he just listened to her and took a bite. Condemned them both. Condemned mankind to this. Some people sit back and go, "Oh, I love my life." Okay, I'm glad you do. It's not your life you so much love. It's all the conveniences and all the little nice things you have when you walk in and you walk out and see this nice car. You got all these nice things, and oh, I love my life. What if your life was a tent in a parking lot with some stuff you found in the garbage, scrounging around trash cans and whatever else you can find some food to get your next fix? Would you love your life then? Have you thanked God for your life that you have? Because everything that you have is God's, and God allows you to have it. God allows you to have it. Ain't it something? 8 billion people, everybody's such a screw up. Only one righteous, sinless Jesus can set it straight again. One. What's interesting is, the Knights of the Round Table and Arthur and that, the sword stuck in the rock and, only one could pull it out. What's always interesting about that is God made the rock, man. God made the ore to make the steel. God made everything there. God could have not only pulled the sword from the thing, but he could have picked the rock up. He could pick the mountain up. He could do whatever he wants. And they've got this stupid little fairy tale. But they don't understand the mightiest of them all is Jesus Christ. Remember the stories of put the lamb's blood above your door and I'll pass you by? God killed many, many infants. They didn't want to listen. They were of Satan. Get on his side before it's too late. Repent and worship the Lord and do his will before it's too late. You can feel it. You can feel it. You can feel the evil in the world. You can watch it. And they're trying to bind it all up. Like it's a good, this is all good. This is good. Boy, we're good. We're really making a change. We're doing another Hollywood script to deceive you. Because it's not coming from the Lord. I could go on and on and on. I don't feel like it. You folks have a good one. Hopefully you have a good one.